This is Bonds Tonight. Now, here's Bill Bonds.
Good evening, everybody. If you're tuning in to see me go head-to-head, eyeball to eyeball with the Power Rangers, you're in for somewhat of a disappointment. That program will air soon, but not this evening. Tonight, a topic that touches all Americans and has scared many. It is the murky, twisted world of right-wing government hate that has taken root in Michigan and branched out across our land. Most visible is the Michigan Militia. That's a private paramilitary outfit which many are trying to link to the terrible bombing in Oklahoma City. You may dismiss them as the lunatic fringe, as some have, but the fact is they have a large, hardcore following of people who just might be your neighbors. So why is Michigan apparently a hotbed of hate, and how widespread is it? That is the topic I'll be discussing right here with some heavy hitters, including the rock star Ted Nugent. But first, the latest on the Oklahoma bombing. There are only more twists, turns, and questions tonight in the hunt for those responsible for that terrible act. In Michigan, at the center of it all, Mark Kornke, a Dexter resident. He's leader of a paramilitary group and has been linked to a fax which a congressman received shortly after the bombing. Investigators are trying to track down and chase that lead. It was believed that Kornke had gone into hiding, but today he surfaced in his hometown, not far from Ann Arbor, and he even talked to reporters. Meanwhile, two Michigan men with possible ties to Kornke are still behind bars. James Nichols is being held in Detroit as a witness. His brother Terry is locked up at a military base in Kansas. The only man charged in the attack, Timothy McVeigh, is now looking for a lawyer. His court-appointed lawyers today told the judge that they don't want to defend McVeigh because they cannot be impartial, and they're afraid that taking the case could put their families in danger. And finally, federal agents claim that they're closing in on John Doe number 2. Officials say they have 2 names of possible suspects, and now they say it is just a matter of time before they find them. America's war of words escalated terribly out west last week in Oklahoma City. That is a wounded community. It has been a chilling, heart-wrenching day for search crews there. CNN's John Huck is standing by at the scene and joins us now by way of satellite. John, can you bring us up to date, please?
Sure, Bill. The death toll now stands at 80. 13 of those are young children, and those numbers could rise very soon now as about 100 rescuers closed in on the area that used to be the building's daycare center as well as the Social Security offices here. Rescuers throughout the day have drilled, I mean not drilled, but really just with their own hands have picked out piece by piece of concrete trying to get into these areas. They've moved so many pounds of debris that will be looked over by FBI agents at a later date, and what they expect to find are some 50 victims in those areas, and they hold out only slim hope right now that they will find anyone living, but hope is all they have to go on right now. They hope that somewhere, somehow, they'll find a small void in that building that will contain perhaps 1 or 2 survivors. Bill?
All right, John Huck reporting live from Oklahoma City. John, of course, correspondent for CNN. Joining us now in our studio, Captain Matt Krol of the Michigan Militia, Ted Nugent, who feels the government is far too intrusive in all of our lives, and Jon Coon, a member of the Libertarian Party. Thank you very much for being with us, gentlemen. Captain Krol, can you explain to me just exactly what it is that the Michigan Militia fears?
Enemies is what we fear, enemies.
Mexico, Canada, Russia, Germany, Spain, France?
I don't know who my enemy is. Could be the criminal that breaks into my house in the middle of the night. It could be the person driving down the road that would pick up my daughter or my son that's out playing in front of my house on the bike. It could be the terrorist out there blowing up federal buildings. Those are my enemies.
And you don't think that the U.S. Army, the Air Force, the Marines, the Coast Guard, the Michigan State Police, the sheriff deputies in the part of America in which you live are on your side and are there to defend you and protect you? You believe that we all should have our own little militia? Is that the philosophy of the militia?
No, not at all. Bill, I believe that they're there to protect me and to be sent out to keep peace throughout the world. But it has been proven that those children that have been molested and picked up off of the streets from riding with their children, and the terrorist activities such as the Oklahoma City bombing still goes on and goes on rampantly in the streets of America these days. And obviously the the Marines and the state police and the local law officials can't be everywhere at one time.
But some of the people in the so-called militia movement in our society, in a sense, say responsible, really patriotic Americans hate their government. They hate the IRS. They hate the politicians. They hate both political parties.
Bill,
they hate the President and the Attorney General. You've heard the same rhetoric that I have, Ted. I know you have.
Yeah, and I think it's been grossly irresponsible in attacking the militia, the National Rifle Association, the NRA, certainly the Ted Nugent World Bowhunters organization are patriots. We love this country. We happen to know that the whole world sucks. America just sucks a whole lot less. Our enemies are anybody that would take away these freedoms or present danger to our families. I don't believe that the militia, not that I'm an official member, but I've had time with these people. I believe that the militia, the National Rifle Association, are more like those volunteers in Oklahoma who are helping the children and who are saving lives. Our enemy are the terrorists. Our enemy are the people that bring danger into our lives.
But I talked to two men last Friday night, talked to several men last Friday night, but two of them had specific knowledge of the McVeigh fellow, the fellow who's been placed under arrest in connection with the terrorist bombing out of Oklahoma City.
That should be
And they both said, they both went out of their way to tell me that at the time that they were exposed to him, in their training and in their association with the Michigan militia, that he was dangerous, that he hung around with a Nichols fellow who was also dangerous, that they thought the same way, that they talked this kind of talk, that they actually planned to do some damage and some kind of bombing.
And I also saw
Grayling. That's right.
I saw where they told
we're just wondering why these organizations apparently attract these kinds of people. And we'll continue along those lines. The Michigan militia claims innocence in the Oklahoma City bombing. We've just heard that. But is it really guilt-free? Back with our discussion when Bonds Tonight continues in just a moment.
A high-tech building controlled by a computer with a mind of its own.
A system error has occurred.
That just went a little crazy. Now, 3 people are trapped inside.
The computer is trying to kill me? That's insane!
With no way out.
No further violations will be tolerated.
Night About News, Paul Reiser.
You win! I quit! It's over!
The Tower, Tuesday on Fox. Parental discretion advised.
All car dealerships are not created equal. That's why smart shoppers head to Hines Park Lincoln Mercury for silver anniversary savings. Count on our straightforward professional sales consultants to give you Metro Detroit's best deals. No high pressure, just low prices on a wide selection of great Lincolns and Mercury. And rely on Hines Park Lincoln Mercury after the sale for hassle-free service. If it's a used car you're looking for, Hines Park has many low-mileage, reliable cars to choose from. Visit our newly remodeled dealership at I-275 and Ann Arbor Road and see why we say every customer is treated like a Lincoln Mercury customer should be treated at Hines Park Lincoln Mercury.
When you decide to sell a home all by yourself, you take certain steps. You advertise, and you wait. Until finally...
Dear home seller, if you pay points and I go with a 15-year arm, what am I paying for when I send
RE/MAX Associates lead the industry in experience in sales. They can probably sell your home faster and get a better price than you could on your own. So why leave your lot to chance when you can leave it to RE/MAX?
RE/MAX! It's the next best thing to a sure thing!
So, Freddie, you want to do it?
Kid. Headache. Lucky for you. What's lucky? Got the Arbor brand aspirin.
Give me one.
Freddie, well, it takes 2 to tango.
Arbor brand pain relievers. All the quality of the national brands at a fraction of the cost.
I feel like a new man, Ward. You should only look like one.
Remember that New World Order spies?
Mark Kornke and his associates there disrupting a Michigan militia meeting in Livonia. Back talking with Captain Matt Krol, spokesman for the Michigan militia, Ted Nugent, and Jon Coon with the Libertarian Party. I understand, John, that you know Mark Kornke.
Sure, I've met Mark Kornke. I can't tell you a whole lot about him.
Revolutionary?
Except that, well, I think he's probably pretty extreme as views go, but that doesn't make him a criminal by any means. And by the way, it doesn't associate him with the Michigan militia either. I don't think that he is a member of the Michigan militia. I happen to have my own information that he's not. That's, and besides that, that's immaterial, because as far as I know right now, nobody's doing anything but seeking Mark Clinton.
Well, it's not immaterial, though, John, if indeed the kind of rhetoric that he is responsible for, and let me give you an example. I will personally never allow Waco to happen again in this country, and we will die trying to prevent it. I mean, that's the kind of thing that a lot of Americans, both to the right and left, think has generated the kind of hate rhetoric that has brought us to this tragic situation. And is there any validity in that you see?
I want to speak to that.
Yeah.
First of all, before I say anything, I think it's appropriate tonight that we extend our condolences to the people in Oklahoma City and the victims and the families of those victims, because what happened was an insane act of violence. And I know that there's no one at this table who can understand how anyone could equate the death of innocent people and innocent children.
Oh, I think there are people listening who could.
I'm not saying there aren't.
Because I don't think that this guy, if McVeigh did it, he certainly didn't do it alone.
Wait, Bill, let me finish here.
Yeah.
There's no one at this table who can understand that.
No, I can't.
All right? I can't. We're all fathers here. Matt can't. I know Ted can't. Nobody here can understand that kind of thinking. And as far as I'm concerned, and I think Ted and Matt would both agree with me, whoever did this ought to be caught, prosecuted, convicted, and hung.
You think Cornkey can understand that?
I think
his rhetoric is way far out.
I can't speak to that, but I want to speak to the. I want to speak to the rhetoric issue, because there's more going on here than just rhetoric from out there. There's a lot of rhetoric coming from the media as well, and I want to talk to you, and I want to talk to you from the heart for a minute.
We'll get to it then.
I don't want. Well, hang on.
Okay.
Now, you and I may have some political differences, real or imagined. If we
Those are irrelevant.
Let's forget them for a minute.
Yeah, let's get to it, John.
The bottom line here is that Americans are doing a lot of catching up right now. There's a whole lot of things that have been happening in this country that the American population has not been aware of. I have been, and I'll tell you how you can...
John, let's get to the rhetoric issue that you're trying to talk to and address.
I'd like to jump into the rhetoric issue, is that they're equating law-abiding gun owners with hate groups. They're equating the NRA with neo-Nazis. They're equating the militia with people that kill children. That is false, that is irresponsible, and that is the typical ineptitude in the media today that absolutely repulses us. We are good family people. I was the father of the year at my children's school. I have no hate for good. I hate people who hate. I want to bring my children up law-abiding. And when the media, every network, Bill, CNN, ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox, every one I've seen has equated law-abiding gun owners with neo-Nazis. Law-abiding gun owners save children in Oklahoma City.
But we've run into people from Pellston, Michigan, okay, which isn't too far from here, who not too long ago, nice fishing area, but some militia people went up there, pushed them out of their park, were shooting guns, and the mayor and the little council people who were all volunteers. Hey, wait a second. We're a community of 500. You people have taken over our thing. They strutted around. They tried to bully them. They said, but we're the real Americans. So that kind of attitude, that we're the ones that know what America's all about.
The people you interviewed up there, what were the exact circumstances? When did you do the report, and when have you reported that to the public?
Beth Hawkins reported on it Friday night on this program.
When was the story first done? When did you first research this? When did you do the investigative reporting, and why?
Let's keep it to first-hand experience. I had a Ted Nugent Hunters Bash last year with the militia in attendance, with the NRA in attendance, and with hunters across the nation, law-abiding gun owners. I saw happy mothers and fathers and grandparents and kids. Nobody hated. We are law-abiding gun owners, and we are being equated with neo-Nazis, and this sickens and hurts me deeply.
Do you think that it's just the media and the government who sees these kinds of groups as being neo-Nazis in America?
The problem is the general public is beginning to see them that way, and that's the point I'm trying to make here, Bill. We in this nation are right on the brink of something that none of us want to see. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen right now, because I can see this. What's going to happen is the general public opinion is going to swing against good men like Matt Krol and those like him who are not afraid to wear the uniform, stand up for what they believe in, and say so.
They like
These guys
country.
are out in the open. Now, hang on, let
country.
me finish, because this has got to be said. what's going to happen is you're going to swing public opinion against these gentlemen. Congress is going to push through this bunch of trash they have for legislation, which is going to result in more and more and more violations. Stop. Hold it. Let me finish. Of individual rights in this country. And when it happens, Bill, some poor sheriff's deputy is going to be out there doing his job, which he probably doesn't even want to be doing. He's going to kick in the wrong door, and some kid in this state's going to lose his dad. And it's going to happen over and over and over. And the reason
that's terrible, but I'm not so sure.
No, it's already been happening.
It's not. That's terrible. And
that is terrible. And the reason,
but it certainly is no more terrible than what happened in Oklahoma City a week ago or last week ago.
That's right. We agree with you. But why are you blaming?
I'm not blaming anybody. I'm trying to get at what the militia is all about, and why apparently, in the opinion of some people, which seems to be rather measured.
Why today are we trying to figure out what the militia is about?
Those kinds of people. I mean,
why today?
Well,
why Friday?
We've got individuals.
Why not 2 months ago?
Because 2 months ago they didn't blow up a building, killing hundreds of people in Oklahoma City. Whomever did it.
The militia has been out there up front, standing up, wearing their patches to the grocery store.
You're saying I did that?
Captain Krol told me 60 seconds ago, or 120 seconds ago, that Kornicki is a secret guy who doesn't come out front, but he's met him at various things. So these people have not been out front.
Are you saying Mark Kornicki did this?
Is fear of our government based legitimately, or is it all fantasy?
Aren't even looking for Kornicki.
They were.
Looking for, no, they...
It's time for Melfar's Springtime Sale Spectacular on new and used cars.
If you're upside down, making payments on a car you don't want, I'll turn you around with my equity trade program.
Melfar pays off your trade regardless of how much you owe. Drive a new Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, Toyota, Mazda, or Volkswagen. Lease a used vehicle at a fraction of what it costs to buy. Poor credit, bankruptcy, no problem. We finance. All you need is a job and a down payment. Call now, 1-800-MELFAR.
Benjamin Franklin said, "Nothing is certain but death and taxes." Well, he was wrong about taxes. Till Tuesday night at New York Carpet World, a tremendous gold tag sale. And we pay your sales tax. Hundreds of carpets, 50% off. Not last year's styles, new textures, 50% off. Best colors, 50% off. Stain-protected, crush-resistant carpets, 50% off. And with every carpet, we pay your sales tax, all of it. But it's only till Tuesday night, so hurry. Get to New York Carpet World now.
Clouds will continue to thicken overnight tonight, leading to a chance of sprinkles before dawn. Temperatures won't fall much more, to a low of 40 degrees on a light southerly wind at 4 to 12. Then for tomorrow, scattered showers during the morning hours. Then late in the day, a little sun comes out. A cooler high of 57 on a brisk southwest to west wind at 10 to 20. Changeable tomorrow, and same story Wednesday. Late in the day Wednesday, some steadier rain moves in, 55. Looks like a soaking rain possible on Thursday, as we'll only be in the low 50s. And we stay cool right into the weekend, but should be generally dry. Have a good one.
Michigan weather. It can catch you off guard. Be prepared by watching the TV2 Weather Team with meteorologist Chris Edwards, Cam Carmen, Ron Boyd, and Melvin Epps. Proven most accurate, they make sure you know about severe weather before it strikes. When it counts most, and they keep you updated as it happens. Don't be caught off guard. Turn to Detroit's most accurate weather team, the TV2 Weather Team, for complete updates on severe weather when it counts most.
When is Pontiac Grand Prix a better value than Ford Taurus? When you compare. With air, automatic, dual airbags, and more, Grand Prix is around $1,000 less than Taurus. Yet Grand Prix has more horsepower and a longer wheelbase. Plus, you'll get many standard safety features on Grand Prix that you can't get on Taurus at any cost. Compare. Grand Prix's the better value.
Especially now with just $239 a month with Pontiac's 3-year smart drive. See Jim Cosley, Mount Clemens, Somerset, Pontiac, Troy, or Red Holman, Wesley.
You three gentlemen, at least two of you, think that the media has maligned, has slandered all of the Michigan militia. I don't see how you reach that conclusion.
Over and over again, Bill, I see these guys in the militia saying, we're not neo-Nazi, we're not hate groups. The minute that person has stopped making a statement, all of a sudden I see an anchor man on a network news going, well, these militia and the other hate groups, we just said we're not hate groups. But the
rhetoric of some of these people in the militia, the rhetoric of the people, the propaganda of the people who are associated with militia organizations around the country is full of hate, is full of Nazi-sounding like rhetoric.
I have not seen.
Can't you guys make that connection?
No,
I have not seen.
No, I have not seen this.
It's right there. It's the Constitution of the United States, and if it'll make you feel any better, if you think it'll improve the image of the Michigan militia, I'll join the Michigan militia.
I'm surprised that you're not a member.
Why would you be surprised that I'm not a member?
Because I think you're very patriotic, and I think that the Michigan militia.
Thank you. You finally defined the militia for what it is.
I don't think that you or Ted Nugent or you or Kornicki or Bill Bonds have a monopoly on patriotism.
Well, how far
I
do you
really
think
don't.
that sentiment goes? How many good, patriotic, hardworking, honest citizens do you think are a part of it?
Not as many who are not.
You don't know because you haven't even covered.
Well, how many are there?
2 days after the bombing,
how many
everybody in the media was
how many do you
the
know?
Middle East did it.
You're not a member of it, and yet you know all about it. Explain that. How many are in it?
How many are in it?
Name 5 that you know.
Well, I'm not an official member. I'm not an official member of the militia.
You know why you don't know? You know why you can't tell us? Because you don't know.
I don't.
It's hot air. It's propaganda.
Go ahead. Every good, law-abiding citizen of the United States of America has a duty to be a militia member.
Well, I'm not sure that every duty-bound, patriotic American agrees with you, and this one doesn't. And I pay my taxes, and I'm a veteran.
Read the Bill of Rights. Read the Declaration of Independence.
I don't think I have a responsibility to wear a combat uniform.
I didn't say to wear a combat uniform. I wore this because you people asked me to wear this on your show.
I didn't ask you to wear it. I mean, I think you look great.
Your director asked me, or your whoever asked me to wear this on your show.
I think you're handsome.
Thank you, Ted Sawyer. I love you.
Let me ask it this way. Let me put it this way.
I don't wear this around my children.
With all the
unless I'm going to and from a meeting.
All right, fine. With all the well, you're not going to or from a meeting tonight, are you?
I was asked to wear this to represent the Michigan militia. They wanted me to be on camera.
When is your next meeting?
Every county is a brigade.
Well, when's your next meeting?
In Genesee County, which I happen to be an information officer from, is the end of May.
Okay, can we all come?
Absolutely.
We'd love to come.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I'm inviting all the county commissioners, the sheriff, all the local police departments, the district attorney, I'm inviting them all. I want them all to come. I want all the news media to be there. I want them to ask
the word patriot into a dirty word. We love this country.
I think if anybody's turned the word patriot into a dirty word, it's guys running around saying they're super patriots who are spewing hate.
If you wanted to learn about the militia, you could have showed up at a little rally that Ted and I put together last year in Lansing, where there were 10,000 hardworking, patriotic people out there, and you had all the opportunity in the world. The Detroit News just finally ran a picture of that rally this week. Nice job.
And what did the state police say about that rally, guys? I remember what they said. It was the most peaceful rally and the biggest and the most peaceful that they have ever seen in the history of Lansing.
And it was militia, and it was NRA members.
That's right.
I think I can ask a question upon which you all may have a similar answer. What do you see as the biggest threat to the freedoms guaranteed in our Bill of Rights and our Constitution as put together
the destruction of
by
the
our
Constitution?
forefathers? Fine, I do too. Now, who do you think is going to destroy the Constitution, and do you think there is an organized effort to destroy this Constitution, this Bill of Rights, and what it stands for? Let's start with you. Who do you think is out to destroy it? The media? We're out of time? We're out of time, is that what you're telling me?
The UN.
The UN?
I don't think anyone's out to destroy it, but I think we need politicians who lead, and we need journalists in the worst way who will get the whole story. Get it right. I don't think you're trying to destroy anything.
Give us credit for at least tonight. Do you have room for that? Is that part of the generosity that you feel as a patriotic
As long as we
American?
separate the militia and patriots from the extremists, we're the good guys.
Okay. Back in just a moment. Back in just a moment.
They're black, they're round, and they're good. Goodyear, at Discount Tire Company.
What happens when you have 6,000 cars and only 4,000 parking spaces? You have a big sale. A new shipment just arrived, and more Toyotas for your dealer means more savings for you.
Like big new factory incentives on the affordable Tercel.
But the savings don't stop there. You can also lease Corolla for just $189 a month.
I promise to give you a great car at a great price, and you can count on it.
He made a promise, and he'll keep it, too. This sale ends soon, so see your Toyota dealer today.
Win $1,000 every hour during the workday. From Light FM 93.1, the only station playing light and easy songs. Light FM 93.1.
Night Court's in session, late nights on TV2.
Some people help others because it's their job. I guess I've never really been that way. Helping people, it's a way of life for me. There's some cases I handled early on, people with some really serious injuries. Sometimes I just call them up to see how they are. I guess I feel if you're going to help people, you either help them all the way or you don't help them at all.
Turn to the lawyer who turns people's lives around. Turn to Turner & Turner.
This spring, the best moments in May are happening on Showtime and the Movie Channel. You'll see exclusive presentations of When a Man Loves a Woman, Guarding Tess, City Slickers 2, and Romeo is Bleeding. Plus original series like The Outer Limits and Showtime Championship Boxing, the home of Mike Tyson. Just call 1-800-CABLE-ME to get cable TV, Showtime, and the Movie Channel for 30 days for only $29.95. Plus, we'll install your service within 24 hours, guaranteed. Don't let May slip away without seeing the best moments first. Order Showtime and the Movie Channel today.
Time flies when you're disagreeing. Captain Krol, in 30 seconds, where do we go from here?
To the voting booths, writing our congressmen and senators, making sure that illegal bills such as anti-terrorist groups where the federal government has a way to just kick down your doors without a search warrant, to humiliate your children, to abduct your children and humiliate your wife.
Ted Nugent, where do we go from here?
Well, we get back to family. We take to heart our responsibilities to guide and nurture and provide for our children. We send them forward in this world with an understanding that they have responsibilities and that good deeds should be rewarded, and that bad deeds should be severely punished. Right now, we have a recidivistic epidemic in this country because our justice system has failed us, and we the people, are getting more and more upset, and we're ready to move on.
Jon Coon, you want to take us home on this one?
Yeah, our nation is really experiencing some tough times right now, and my biggest concern is that it not get worse. We need good, honest, patriotic citizens who will put on the uniform and stand up openly and honestly for what they believe in. We need political leaders who have the guts to look at the problems we have squarely and find solutions for them. And above all, Bill, we need good, solid journalism done right, and we need you to get it right.
We try on a consistent basis. Thank you very much for being our guest, and let's do it again, and let's do it again soon. Bill Vaughn's reporting. Good night, everybody.
Transportation for Bonds tonight, provided by VIP Limousine Service, featuring all new model limousines. VIP Limousine Service, servicing the entire Tri-County area.